Hi, I'm Monique for Riverside County Gun Owners. This video will give you step-by-step instructions on how to apply for your California CCW in Riverside County and how to craft your good cause statement. Disclosures: we are not attorneys, and this information in the video is not legal advice. Even if you follow our instructions, there's no guarantee that the sheriff will issue you a permit. The information is the best information we have on how to complete your CCW application and what information they need in your good cause statement. So let's begin. Here are the answers to some frequently asked questions. The Riverside County Sheriff issues a California CCW that is honored throughout the state of California, but there is no reciprocity for any other state. California has no formal agreement with any other state to honor their CCW. You can have up to 6 guns on your CCW, and those guns can be switched in and out, but you must qualify with an instructor on each gun and then notify the licensing department. Both qualifying and notifying the licensing department have a small fee. The sheriff is looking to make sure that your guns on your CCW are, for the most part, stock. No hair triggers or major modifications to the function of your firearms. No race or competition guns. And your firearms must be registered in the state of California. You renew your CCW every 2 years. A half-day class is required for renewal. You start the renewal process about a month before your CCW expires for registering for a renewal class from your favorite CCW certified instructor. The sheriff will supply the latest list of certified approved instructors in Riverside. Process. Thanks to our new sheriff, Sheriff Chad Bianco, the process has been streamlined. Now you start online with their application. Here's the website below. Check it out. The application is very straightforward. Enter your basic contact information, background information, and your good cause statement. We'll go into depth on the good cause statement later in the video. There are a few questions we want to make sure you pay very close attention to, where it asks you to list all traffic violations. They only want moving violations, all motor vehicle accidents, and only in the last 5 years. If you absolutely get stuck, the clerks can assist you, but don't withhold any info. Another question is, have you ever been convicted of a criminal offense? They want you to list civilian and military convictions. If the answer is yes, give a thorough and accurate detail. If you're wondering about an incident that is not a conviction, don't list it here. There is one catch-all question. Have you withheld any fact that might affect the decision to approve this license? For this answer, list every interaction with law enforcement or in courts. This might require a separate piece of paper, but don't over-disclose. What you don't want to do is withhold something and then they find out. This could result in a denial and be considered a character issue. Now let's talk about what's not required. When applying for your California CCW through Riverside County Sheriff's Department, you're not required to provide a character reference, a psychological evaluation, or permission from your employer. The only time you need to provide documentation showing that your employer is giving you permission to have a CCW is if your good cause states that you are applying because your employer is requiring you to have a CCW. We have found that most applicants do not need to state this in order to get a CCW. So what is required? Supporting documentation. Be prepared to scan a copy of your valid California driver's license or state-issued ID, which has your current address in Riverside County. Your state-issued ID must have your current residential or mailing address. Also, provide copies of 2 of your most recent utility bills or any sufficient proof that your full-time residency is within the county of Riverside as indicated on your application. This could be a bill like a mortgage statement or even a phone bill. They also want to see a copy of your birth certificate and or naturalization papers and a copy of your military discharge DD 214 form if applicable. Be sure that each firearm you are listing on your concealed carry weapon license is registered in California and registered to you or your spouse/registered domestic partner. It is not required prior to applying, but if you've already completed your CCW firearm safety course and sheriff-mandated weapons qualification, please provide your training certificate and qualification scores. For business applicants, if you are applying for a CCW license for business-related use, you must provide the following information in addition to the instructions for all applicants listed above. Number 1, copies of any license required by local, state, and or federal businesses and professional codes. It is your responsibility to make sure that you have complied with all licensing requirements. Applicants who operate a business from their residence should check with their local jurisdiction regarding business licenses. 2, partner/corporate office statement providing authorization. Partner letter should state if partnership dissolves, they will notify this office immediately upon separation. 3, employer authorization on company letterhead specifying duties and or assignments which establish need. Employer letter must state that they will notify this office immediately upon separation or the need no longer exists. Any restrictions on the employer may wish to impose on the license must be stated. 4. Employee's last 2 paycheck stubs or either proof of employer-employee relationship. So how much is this all going to cost me? The initial fee is $122.50 and paid when you submit your application. There's also a fingerprinting fee of $10 that is paid when you get your live scan background check at CCW Division. There's an insurance fee of $80 that are required when you pick up your CCW, so it all adds up to $212.50. The training fee for the class will vary depending on who you hire. It is safe to say that it will range from about $100 to $350. Riverside County gun owners takes training and education seriously, so please take good quality training on a regular basis and exceed the 8-hour minimum required by the state. It's not just a right, it's an enormous responsibility. So what about my good cause statement? California state law requires good cause in order to be issued a permit by the sheriff. So what is the sheriff looking for? Here are a couple of questions we get a lot. Can I just say self-defense or personal protection or the Second Amendment? No. By state law, the sheriff cannot issue that as your good cause statement. Can I just show them my certifications from the various gun classes I've taken? No, they won't issue based on proficiency. Good cause has to do with why you might be a target. So what can I use? You can still say self-defense, but you have to give an explanation. Step 1, start with the ask. Tell the sheriff what you were requesting and generally why. Here's an example. I am asking to be issued a CCW so I can legally carry a firearm for self-defense outside the home because I blank. And then say why you are asking. Step 2, give the who, what, where, how, when details. Write between 4 and 12 sentences emphasizing what activity or profession you are involved with and where you would carry a firearm to protect yourself. Make the case for why you are a target. Who will attack you? Why will they attack you? Where will you be attacked? When will you be attacked? And how will they attack you? Example 1. Because I walk my dogs late at night for exercise in a rural area, I fear I will be attacked by robbers looking for an easy target. My fear is that my pattern of walking and my dogs at the same time on the same route every night will make me a target for those looking to severely harm me for my belongings and cash. Example 2. I am in the business of selling widgets and I have access to a warehouse full of expensive widgets. I am in fear that I am a target for attack by dangerous criminals who know I work for Acme Inc. and want to harm me to steal the widgets. And a general model to follow would be, as A, state what you do, I, state the activity you perform, and that makes me a target for state what people who would want to attack you. Step 3, tell your story. Spend about 3 to 5 sentences telling them your story. Using your own words, write a paragraph or 2 that is a story about something you've experienced that leads you to believe why you require a CCW. Talk about something that actually happened and that relates back to your good cause. If your good cause is you transport valuables, then write about a time when you were in fear of being attacked, robbed, or injured. Provide police reports if available. Step 3 clarifies exactly what you mean when you are telling the sheriff what activity or occupation you're involved with. Step 4, what is your experience level? Your level of proficiency does not necessarily count as your good cause, but it is important to add a sentence or 2 to support your good cause statement talking about your experience in training with firearms. Do you have any certifications? Have you graduated from any training classes? How long have you been involved in the shooting sports? Have you had any training in the ethics or legal aspects of using lethal force? Include as much as you can, but do not exceed a couple of sentences about your experience. Remember, good cause has to do with your risk level compared to the general public and not how good you are with the firearm. Step 5, make a request for your permit. Here's an example. I am afraid that I will be killed or injured as a result of these activities. For these reasons, I am requesting that I be granted a concealed weapons permit. Put your statement together and put it into your own words. Include as much detail as you feel necessary, keeping in mind that specific events or threats may need to be supported with documentation, including police reports. Good luck and give us feedback. It is very exciting news that now Riverside County residents will have an easier time exercising your right to carry. If you haven't already, join Riverside County gun owners for just $10 a month and get involved fighting to restore and protect your Second Amendment rights.
Without someone doing something about it, it's not going to get any better.